Live. Very good evening to one and all present here. I'm very happy to be here in this wonderful day to give this webinar on 3 days webinar on IPR. Okay, the first day I'm going to talk about overview of IPR in India. Well, I'm very happy to share my experience in the field of IPR. Myself, J. Moshe Dan. I'm a faculty in the EEE Department of PSNA College of Engineering and Technology. I'm very happy and I want to thank the management for giving me this opportunity to organize this webinar. And my sincere thanks to my principal, my head of the department, and all the faculty members. And on behalf of PSNA College of Engineering and Technology, and on behalf of PSNA IPR Cell, I welcome one and all here for the 3 days webinar on intellectual property rights in India. The participants are joining now. I am on the live stream. So 3 days, I just want to cover before everyone could join, I just want to give what I'm going to share for the next 3 days. First day, I'll be talking about what is IPR in India, what is the scope of IPR in India, and what are all its procedures. Second day, I'll be talking about the patent search procedures. And in the final day, I'll be talking about the patent drafting procedures. Well, IPR is a vast area, very vast area, and there are plenty of things to share. But I just want to focus more on patents and designs. Very especially on the second day and third day, I'll be talking about patents, how to search for a patent and how to file a patent. What are all the basic procedures, what you have to do while filing a patent. I hope if you could listen to all the 3 days of this presentation, at the end of the third day, you will be able to file a patent by yourself. Yes, and a short profile about myself. I am currently working as a faculty in the EEE department, and PSNA is the college where I studied. I did my BE in PSNA, I did my master's in Karunya University. I worked for 3 MNCs, ISD Novosoft, and I was working for Ajiba Solutions in Chennai, and I was into various UK and US projects from the year 2003 to 2005, and from 2007 since till this date I'm working as a faculty in PSNA College of Engineering and Technology. And I started first filing my patent way back in the year 2011, and by the grace of God I received my first patent grant in the year 2019, and currently I have filed 6 more patents. And I'm very happy to share my experience as well in this first day of this session. All right, so it is 6 o'clock. All right, we'll go for this session. Day 1, I'm going to talk about overview of IPR in India. Well, okay, let me go for a full screen. I hope I am audible and visible to all of you. Just in case if I'm not audible, or if there is any if there is any hang up, all right, let me go for full screen. All right, okay, so in this class we are going to talk about what is the scope, what is IPR in India, what is intellectual property rights in India. Possibly when we have time, by the end of the session, I'll be also taking you a glance to the Indian patent website. It is a very, very user-friendly and a very, very easily accessible website where I will tell you how to navigate the Indian patent website. So today, in my first slide, I'm just going to give the introduction about what is intellectual property rights. Properties. Generally, properties, they're classified into 2 different types of properties: movable properties, immovable properties. Well, say for example, I'm going to buy a Jaguar car. So I have 50 lakh rupees in my pocket, and I'm going to, if I have a plan to buy a Jaguar car, I walk into the Jaguar showroom and then I give the 50 lakh rupees to him, and then I tell him, okay, give me the car. Hey man, I can give you the car. I'm very happy that you've come to buy the car, but I cannot give you. Yes, he can give the car to me, but the reason is that he cannot give it to me for one reason is because I cannot bring it to the road. What I need to do is I need to go to the RTO office and I need to register the car in my name, and I have certain procedures to follow before I can bring the car to the road. Else I can only take the car and I can just keep it in my home. So there is a procedure for doing everything. So though I have 50 lakh rupees in my pocket, I still can't buy a car unless I deal with the procedures. Similar is the case of when I buy a land or when I buy a home. So these are tangible properties. So when I buy a tangible property, say for example, you're seeing this beautiful home, and say if the builder says it is 3 crore rupees, and if I could give this 3 crore rupees to the builders, and then if I say, okay, give me the home, no, he cannot give it to me. I need to go to the registry office and then I have to register in my name. So when I buy this car, I can register the car, but still I cannot ride this car forever. In the year 2008, I bought an i10 car, and the registration expires in 3 years from now. It's on 2024, the registration expires. So even for tangible property, there is a body which governs all these things. Okay, what is intangible properties? So intellectual property rights, the word gives a very clear meaning. What is intellectual property rights? Intellectual property rights, your knowledge, your intellectuality, and when you consider that as a property, and the right what you claim for it, the right that yes, you did it first, and those things comes under intangible properties which you cannot touch, like your knowledge, like the story, like the new music compilation, like the new music what you compose, like your new invention, like the new design what you do. For all these things, yes, you need to have a protection before exposing it outside. What will happen when you do it without having a protection? It is very easy that others will steal the idea and make money out of it. All right. Okay, so intellectual property in India, yes, it is classified into patents, designs, copyrights, trademarks, and geographical indications. So as I am in the engineering stream, my 3 days presentation will be only on patents, because all these are independent areas where we can have separate presentations. Well, after this 3 days of webinar, I will also be conducting exclusive sessions for copyrights, trademarks, and geographical indications. But as of now, because a patent is a vast area, and many of the institutions and many of the students, including professors, are longing to file a patent, and there are many patent aspirants, I'll be talking about how to file a patent individually by you. Alright, so my second day and third day presentation will primarily be focusing on patents, but I will give a slight brush up about what is geographical indications, trademarks, copyrights, designs, then I will go to patents. First, let me start with what is geographical indications. I'll give a very simple example. I'm from a city called Dindigul. In Dindigul, there are certain goods, certain products which are prominent, which is available only in Dindigul. I will give a very simple example: Sirmalai plantain, Sirmalai varaipalam. So that is available only in Dindigul. So there are certain products. There are countless products. If you could find in your area which product is available, say for example, if you are from Kanjipuram, you say Kanjipuram silks, and you say certain products, the Thoothukudi macaroons. So there are certain products, certain goods which are available only in that particular area, and the geographical indication, the GIs, they give the priority for those products and goods which are origin of that area, and for those vendors and for those people to do business, to sell and to export, and that right is given to those people only, and that is called geographical indications. So here in the screen you can see a lot of examples like the Gir Khasar mango, Nagpur orange, and you can see plenty of examples here like the Darjeeling tea, like the Kashmir Pashmina. You can have a lot of examples here. So those are geographical indications for which one can have protection. So for all those participants who are watching now, you have to find what is popular in your area, and if that for that particular product, for the particular goods, or for the particular product, when you don't have a GI, yes, definitely you can go to the particular person. For example, I can go to the Sirmalai agriculturists who are cultivating the Sirmalai plant, and I can go and tell them like, yes, you need to have a protection, so that others, by means of doing this, they are preventing others to do this business. Yeah, so it comes under their territory. Only they have the right for a certain time to do the business. All right. So next comes is a trademark. Okay, trademark. I think you all very well knew about trademarks. Yes, it was first started in the year 1940. The official trademark office in India is at Mumbai, and they have branches in Chennai, Kolkata, and Delhi as well. And so trademark office, yeah. As you can see, a lot of pictures in trademark. To file a trademark registry, all that you have to do is you can either file via online, or you can go to the patent office and you can file a trademark. All that you need to pay is, if it is online, you have to pay 4,500 rupees, and you need a digital signature for that. And or else, if you walk into the patent office, you have to pay 5,000 rupees as the initial charge to file a trademark. But before filing a trademark, yes, you have to do a search, and that search also you can do online as to how to file a trademark. And whether the trademark what you apply exists or not. I can give a very simple example what happened in my town. Dindikal is famous for biryani, and Dindikal is also famous for egg paya, or mutta paya, what you call. And there is one person, Sanarpati mutta paya, that is very, very famous. So I go and have every day, and to the shopkeeper, when I have a friendly rapport, he said there is another person in the same name who is doing the in his brand name, he is doing the business in the next street. So these people went and they scolded him like, okay, you should not do that. So I told him, I suggested them, like, you have to go for a trademark. When they go for a trademark, that SKR Sanarpati Muttapaya, if they do a trademark for that, yes, and they do a branding for that, they do a trademark for that, nobody else can copy that name. Yes. So again, the next one is industrial design. After this trademark and GIs, I'm going to talk about industrial design. Okay. You should first understand what is an industrial design and what is a patent. First, what is a patent? In the United States of America, they are called separately. They are called as design patents and utility patents. In India, it is called as just patents and industrial designs. So what is called in United States of America as design patents, in India it is called as industrial design. Practically speaking, industrial design protection, yes, you can obtain quite easily in a very short span of time. Hardly in a time of 1.5 years, or within a time of 2 years, you can easily get a design protection. And the protection also is limited to 10 years only. When you have a protection, you have the right over that for 10 years. Wherein patent all over the world, you have a protection for 20 years. All right. So I'm going to give some very good simple examples as to clearly explain you what is a design. Then I'll go for a patent. So what is an industrial design? What you see on the picture is two taps. One is the Metro tap, and other one is a tap of Jaguar, and both are different in design. It is not a science invention, but of course, design you can apply when you have a definite change. When you design something which is very new, which no one has done in the world, which you feel that it is unique, and you can go for a protection. That's called an industrial design. Okay, when you see this two tap, yes, obviously you can see a difference in its design. And when you see this picture, yes, here it is a design as well as a patent. The reason being, the first picture, why it is called as a design as well as a patent. Here in this picture, yes, I am having a controlling valve for which I can time. I can time as to what time the tap has to open and what time the tap has to close. So by means of this, I am having a technology. I am putting a technology in this design, so I can go for a design as well as I can go for a patent. Okay, now this is another example for a design for those who steal the water, and I think this is a necessity is the mother of all the invention. This kind of protection has come for even for those who steal water. This kind of a key and lock facility will give them protection. This is a simple example for an industrial design. Now this example is a patent as well as a design. The moment you stretch your hands out, yes, you can go for cleaning, washing your hands automatically. This is a patent as well as you see some aesthetic feature wherein you can also go for a design. All right. Next one is quite different. This is a simple example of a jacuzzi. The first Candido jacuzzi is named under the inventor Jacuzzi. It is a bathtub which has got the water massaging feature. The picture on the left is the first jacuzzi, and the person with the suit, and he's the inventor. And today you can see technology. Being improved to the maximum level. See, you can see this jacuzzi. It is sold at a cost of several lakhs of rupees. Well, but still the name is still called jacuzzi. And there are lots and lots of technology improvement. Yes, when you have a technology improvement also, definitely you can go for a patent. All right. So now the COVID-19 is a panic all over the world, and they say like frequently, wash your hands, wash your hands. Now I have a question for all the participants. What will you do when you wash your hands? When you wash your hands, okay, you wash your hands and then you open the tap and again you rinse it with water. Again, when you close the tap, definitely you will be leaving some of the soap and some of the foam that is still left on the tap. Honestly, what we do is we will pour some more water over the tap to rinse whatever is available on the top. So this tap is little different. This tap is called elbow tap, and when you use this elbow tap, what you do is you will apply the soap on your hands and then you will wash it well, and then you will tap with the elbow. When you tap with the elbow, automatically you can switch off and switch on. These types of tap you cannot see much places. You can see in clinical surgery laboratories, or you can see in hospitals. In some advanced clinics, you can see this kind of an elbow tap. All right. Okay. This is a very simple example. I was asking my student, because there will be a lot of professors who will be listening to this presentation. Suppose if it is Saturday and if it is a 7th hour, students will say, sir, today we don't want class, you can talk something about patent. So I will throw them the question back. Okay, what problem you had? Because you have to seek towards a problem if you really want an invention. So this was one of my third year student. He said, sir, today myself and my brother, we had a fight. Okay, what happened? So we missed our toothpaste, and so we were just fighting where to find the toothpaste. So what kind of invention you get out of it? He said, sir, why can't we integrate a toothpaste inside the brush? That was so sparking for me. How did you get this invention? He said, yes, sir. In India, whether Colgate or Pepsodent or any other company, I didn't see a brush with a paste that is integrated inside it. I said, yes, definitely we can go for a patent. But later on, while we searched, we were able to find one Japanese patent which was like this, a toothpaste that was integrated on the brush. Okay, so when you search for a problem, again, I just want to tell you, should we have to have a patent for this? Please understand, participants, patent is granted for the smallest new thing, for the smallest novelty, for the smallest novelty which is not existing in the world. And patent is granted territorially, but it is searched globally. For example, when you want to file a patent will be granted because the search will be done all over the world, and in all the 257 convention countries that nobody should have filed for a patent on the same product, then the search will be done. But when the patent is granted, it is granted territorially. For example, when you file a patent in India, when you get a patent grant, yes, you have the protection in India only. Okay, we will see about the details in the second and third day. Particularly on the third day, I'll be talking about patents, patent filing procedures. All right. And this is one of the invention which I was really marveling. The font never runs dry. This is a patent as well as a design. So the water bottle has got a design protection, at the same time the technology. You take this water and keep it on the air, and water fills automatically like a magic. How does it happen? We have a small tiny compressor that will be running, and that will be grabbing all the moisture outside, and that will be filling it inside the bottle. This is one of the top 10 inventions of this decade. All right, what is the benefit of a design protection? Design protection is for a limited time. You have a design protection for maximum up to 10 years, and then you can also extend the design protection for 5 years. Before talking about patents, I'll slightly brush up about designs, because designs, anyone can have a design, but predominantly and prominently for mechanical engineers, yes, when you do new design works, when you do new work which you feel like definitely it is novel and it is a new design, definitely you can go for a protection. All right. So what is the essential requirements for a design? It should be new, it should be original, and it should not comprise any kind of a scandalous or obscene matter. It should not be a mere mechanical contrivance. It should not be a mere just change in the size of the article or something. It should definitely be new. It should definitely be new, and it should be distinct visibly in our eyes that yes, it is a new product. Okay. What are the things which you cannot file for a design? This is something which we should keenly watch. Okay, the labels, token cards, cartoons, building structures, mere mechanical change, mere mechanical difference, mere the size change in the size of the article, for flags, for emblems, for layout designs, for these things, yes, for books and calendars, for certificates. When you design a certificate, you cannot go for a protection. So there are certain things which has having exclusion from the scope of a design. Okay, so how can you apply for a design? All that you have to do is you can either go to the IP India website and download the form. There is Form 6 and Form 7 available. In case if you are not sure before filing a design procedure, you can always go for Form 7 and check and give file a Form 7 and to check whether this design is already existing or not. Then you can go for a design protection. So the head office of the design protection office is in Kolkata, but yes, you have service in all the 4 places, in Chennai, in Mumbai, in Kolkata, as well as in Delhi. The 4 patent offices, they operate a design wing where you can go and you can seek the help. Okay, so again back to the intellectual property rights, because today I'm going to talk more about patents. So first I'll be talking about my journey of patent. I hope for those people who already knew about patents, you have to kindly excuse, because there might be people who have already filed a patent and who might be looking for more information, but over 300 students have registered for this program who does not knew what is a patent. So I need to talk about all these things before getting on to patent. For those people who have already filed patents or who have already received a grant of a patent, kindly bear with me for this day. Maybe the tomorrow and the day after tomorrow sessions might be useful for you. So kindly bear with me, because I am brushing up the basics today. There are many freshers, many new people who are new to this patent field, and very importantly, patent is very nascent to the academic institutions. Nowadays, all the institutions are focusing on patent filing, and especially doctorates and who are insisted to do further research. When you crack an invention, yes, you have to go for filing patent. Very importantly, school students and young students, and when they bud out with some inventions, I always insist them to go for a patent protection. The reason being, suppose you go for a competition, say for example you go for a competition, hackathon, or you go for any good competition. In case if you are giving a new, just in case if the idea is very new and it is very novel that nobody has done in the world, you have to go for a patent protection before you publish it. What we normally do is school students, sometimes they will spark with a lot of inventions, a lot of new thoughts, and they will go and simply give it up in a competition. They will get a prize of 10,000 rupees. But what happens, what is a hidden agenda that is going on there is, sometimes if that idea is new, if that idea is cracked out, and people will grab that idea and make money out of it, and the student might lose his intellectual property. It is for that reason I always insist students, yes, you can go for competitions, you can win prizes, but just in case if the idea is new and novel, you have to do a thorough patent search and find whether it is new. And yes, if you feel it is new, you have to go for a protection, and then you have to go for publishing it. All right, so I'm going to give some pictures and who are millionaires and billionaires, and just because they were able to protect their invention. What you see in the picture is Edison and Rowling. Rowling, she was able to protect her copyright of the Harry Potter, and now she is a billionaire. And it is because only she was able to do a successful protection. She was able to do a copyright and hence became the winner. And you can see this example, and you can see musicians and artist people, and what you see in the picture is Michael Jackson. And way back in the 90s, way back in the 80s, like while he was doing the performance on the stage show, he used to incline beyond the center of gravity, and people were screaming, and they were telling him, oh, how was he able to do this beyond the center of gravity? And it was a technique where he was able to lock his boots on the stage, which was his protection. Okay, we know this person, and he is Don Moen, the singer, and he had this one song, God is Good All the Time, and he became popular all over the world. Okay, I'm going to display some mouth-watering products, and you can see the KFC chicken, or you can see the McWings or burgers, and all these are trademarks and all these are trade secrets, and they have really won the world because they were able to preserve their recipes. They were able to protect their products, and hence they are winners. One day I went to the KFC and I was able to see one word which really inspired me. They said all the ingredients what we use are patented. and it is because of that reason, yes, they are really yummy. Okay, I think I'm from the place Dindigul, which is famous for the Dindigul Talapakati biryani. For over decades it was running but without protection. But now Dindigul Talapakati biryani is a trademark, yes, and that could never be copied by anybody in the world. Okay, because that is all over the world. You can see that in various countries, but nobody can use that brand name. Okay, you can see this one person. He is a very popular person. He is Beni Prasad, and he is the only person to visit all the 257 countries within a short span of 6 months. What he has in his hand is quite a different device. He has a guitar with a drum attached, which is very, very novel. So the moment he strikes the guitar using his right hand, simultaneously he will use the bongo drum. He will use the bongo drum, which you can see on the either side. And he was definitely unique and popular with this invention, and that is his own invention. And he was the first man in the world ever to visit all the countries in a span of 6 months. Okay, now coming back to patent. So in my presentation, I'll be talking about what is a patent, and then I will also be talking about how to go for a patent protection. Okay, so what can be patented? What can be patented and what cannot be patented? First, you should come to that idea. What can be patented? So when you have and what is the power of patent? That also will be saying today. A patent should be a new product. It should be a new product. It should definitely have a non-obviousness. It should definitely have a novelty. It should definitely have an industrial applicability. So when I say the word definite, I will give you one sparking example which you will definitely feel. Most of you will feel that yes, it is new. Okay, take for example a flower garlanding machine. How many of you have seen a flower garlanding machine? I asked I asked this to one student who told me about this. He said, "Sir, I want to find a device wherein I throw the flowers inside a box. I press the button. Okay, then what will happen?" I asked. He said, "It has to come out as a garland." I was astonished. Okay, you want to put the flower. Okay, he's a person from Madurai, and Madurai is very famous for the jasmine flower. He said, "Okay, I'm going to put the jasmine flower in a box and press the button. Outside it comes out as a garland." How many of you have ever heard about this? So the moment you hear about this, yes, you have a feel that yes, it is a novel. So it should be a novel product. It should be a non-obvious one. And I was looking for an example. See, normally when I do a lot of works in my home, I was finding difficulty to clean my ceiling fan. So why can't we have an automatic mechanism to clean the ceiling fan? So when I tried this, okay, I thought, oh, inspirations, I'm the first person to do it. Later on, while I went to the patent website and I was doing the patent search, I was able to see hundreds of patents filed. So what I mean to say is that just because that the product is not available, we cannot say that it is new. You have to go and do a clear patent search and find whether that it exists or doesn't exist. All right. So, okay, a new material. Okay, why is patent needed? I think this is very, very important. By means of filing patent, what you're doing is you are preventing others to do that, take that invention. While you have the protection, you take the right over that product, and you take the right over the product, and you are the only person to have the right over the product for that limited years of 20 years. So you have the right to license, you have the right to make the product, and you have the right to sell the product. Okay, and why is patent very, very important? Okay, it makes a difference. You say you have a patent filed. You say you have a patent grant. You say you have 5 patents grant. You say you have 10 patents. You know, it makes a difference. Yes, you have filed patents. So now the academic stream is moving on to the next. When we go for industrial venture, when you have a lot of industries running in our colleges, in our institutions, and when we do some new research, and when we crack new inventions, when we crack new products, it is very essential that we should have an IPR cell to make that invention protected. Okay, and it is very nascent in the country. Yes, lots and lots of institutions are looking for a patent cell in their institutions, and you can proudly disclose the invention. So once you have the protection, once you fill up the form 1, form 2, form 3, and once you have the protection, then you can proudly bring it to the public, telling that you have protection. Okay, and when you have the protection, any company will be afraid to take that idea, because when they do that, it means that they are infringing. So you can file a lawsuit and you can get the royalty out of them. So, and it is always prestigious. You have the feeling that you get the name that you are an inventor, and I did it and I was first, and that is the privilege. And very importantly, for people who are doing the research, and especially people who are doing PhD, because last year and I had the new regulation for PhD, which I was going through the regulation, which clearly insisted, and one patent grant or two journals, two journals, two Annexure 1 journals, okay, or two good Scopus journals, or one patent grant. Yes, you'll be good to go to submit your thesis. So long ago, it was a long process, and a few years back, and getting a patent is a long span of 6 years to 7 years process, because you need to file the Form 1, Form 2, and then you need to get it published, then you need to get the FER, and once you get the FER, you need to give the reply within 6 months, and you need to again wait for the examiners to look through the FERs, and then they will be giving some objections. You need to give a clarification. Either it could be via online, and then you have to, just in case if there is a hearing, if there is an opponent, and there will be a hearing room in the patent office where you should have the hearing, and you have to justify your invention, and then you have to get the patent grant. But now the patent process in India is very, very faster. If you could really pick up the speed and do the procedures, because tomorrow and day after tomorrow we are going to seriously concentrate on how to quickly get a patent grant. Yes, if you could do the process correctly, you can get the patent hardly within 2 to 3 years. You can have a patent grant. Very importantly, I just want to tell this participants, the moment you file a patent and you get the patent application number, you need not wait for the grant. You can start licensing, you can start making the product, you can bring it to the public domain, you can start producing the product. You need not wait for the grant, but you have to file for the patent, and you have to get the patent application number. What will happen when you get the grant of the patent? When you get the grant of the patent, you become the owner of the invention. You are, if anyone copies your idea, yes, they are infringing, and you can file a case against their infringement. Okay, and I want to come to the next point, that is easy publication. Yes, patent, you have easy publication. There is a specific form which you can file. The moment you file Form 1 and Form 2, and after the provision and the complete specification, after you are done with all the documentation works, after you do it, you have a form, and when you give the when you pay the prescribed fees for the form, you have the publication very easily. Hardly within 10 days to 3 months, you have an option of early publication. Just in case you don't want that early publication, automatically all your patent inventions will be published from 18 months from the date of filing. So easy publication, there are no editors, and you have a very good licensing possibilities. Yes, you have a very good commercially viable patent. Obviously, you can license it. You can contact companies. You can contact people who want of the product. In case if it is a very, very commercial viable product, you can give licensing, and you can make money out of it, and you can recoup the amount what is spent on the R&D. Expanding collaborations, obviously you can do it. Commercial advantage over competitors. You have a patent protection. Yes, definitely you are preventing others doing your work. So all these are the power of a patent. So definitely patent is prestigious. Okay, quickly I'm going to now look on to my journey towards patent. So this was my first initial step towards patent. I was designing a small vehicle which is having a solar and wind power. It is a small miniature. This vehicle could hardly run for 10 minutes, but yes, it was new. So once this was published in the Hindu, and 5 Europeans one day visited our college. 5 Europeans, they visited our college, and I received a call from the Madurai airport. Yes, they want to visit this, and they came and they were looking at this product, and they were publishing this in the Switzerland article. And this was the initial step towards our process of filing the patent. Then we were able to do a lot of work in the solar and wind energy, and where we were able to crack a lot of inventions, and we were able to confirm that yes, this particular design, this particular method was not done by anyone. And then we were able to first experiment in our vehicles, where we were able to do some intense work on the field, and where we were able to implement this in the auto rickshaw. We took this vehicle even to the TVS, to the IAC Bangalore for the JEDI competition. The TVS team marveled at our work, and this is the final picture of the auto rickshaw, and this will run 80 kilometers, and this is the first step what we took towards the patent. And yes, it has the integration of solar and wind energy, and it also has a plug-in option, and the wind power will work only in the decelerating mode, and the solar power, yes, the only vehicle which is running, which all the time stands on the sunshine, is auto. For buses you have sheds, even for train you have stations, for lorries you have sheds. If you could see auto rickshaw, that is the only vehicle which all the time stands on the sunshine. So in a country like India, where we have 300 days of sunshine, you can harness some energy when it is static as well as when it is moving. So we were able to give some 9 claims, and we were able to succeed in this journey of getting our first patent. But to know more about this, I took some programs, very especially the programs from the CIPR, the Center for Intellectual Property Rights, the CIPR Anna University, and they helped me in actually teaching me the drafting procedures. And I took some more programs, the WIPO program, it is from the which was conducted by the Anna University, the CIPR. I also took a 14 months program at the Gujarat National Law University, where I was able to learn all the patent procedures, and then that helped me to modify my patent. Just in case, for those people who have newly filed a patent, or who are in a plan to newly file a patent, or who have already filed a patent, my suggestion is definitely you need the help of a patent agent or a patent attorney who would really help you to get a patent grant. Because all of a sudden, when you might be good in documenting, you might be knowing how to fill up the form 1, form 2, or form 9, or form 18, all these things, but once you get the first examination report, then you will really fumble what needs to be done next. So it is always advisable to seek a patent agent, or you need to visit the patent cell, your nearby patent cell, and you need to ask the expert how to perfectly draft a patent. But before you draft a patent, you should know how to search a patent and then file a patent. So if you don't do a proper search, and then if you go for a patent, obviously, if it is already existing, all your money and all the efforts and all the time, everything will go in vain. I'm standing this by the grace of God, because in my first patent, by the grace of God, I was successful in getting my patent grant. So that was possible when at the end I was able to seek a lawyer and a patent attorney who really helped me how to draft the FER. And in certain cases, when the examiner from the control office, when he feels that yes, your invention is genuine and you have done it, he will be giving you certain rights to modify your patent forms, but that is within the scope of the invention. You cannot add anything to it. So you cannot add a new invention. So within the scope, he will be giving you certain limits to modify or redraft the patent. But again, that is not possible in all the cases. In case if you have additional invention, you can go for an addition of patent, but in that patent you can never modify. So these things, yes, we'll be dealing it in the tomorrow, on the day after tomorrow. So okay, this is my first patent grant certificate. What you see in the picture now is my patent grant certificate. I received my first grant on August 1st. So it was taken into the case, and the hearing happened on April 24th, and the hearing went for you should actually know how the hearing goes. So once you get your first examination report, the examiner will examine your patent documents, and he'll be throwing some objections, and that is your first examination report. So you have to read the first examination report and answer all his objections, and then you have to give it back to the examiner. The time given for that is 6 months. In 6 months you have to reply them, and then you have to give it back to them. So once you do that, then you will be having a hearing. The hearing, you need not go to the court, or you need not go to the patent office. The hearing now is online. They'll be sending you a link, and you have to click on the link, and you should go live. And the examiner will quickly be throwing you some questions, and you need to convince, and the hearing will go again and again. Sometimes if he's not satisfied, he'll give you 1 more month time, and again he'll be giving you 1 more month time, and then then they will keenly examine, and they will find the reality of our work, and they will find our hard work, and just in case, yes, your work is genuine, you will get this patent grant certificate. All right. Okay, so now these are the topics which you're going to see tomorrow, but today I will quickly do a search. I'll just brush up what are the topics we're going to see tomorrow. Is Google search right? whatever search you do, say for example, I had a problem. I will say a simple problem. I was really annoyed when one of the faculty didn't erase the blackboard. Every time he finishes the class, he goes away the class without erasing the backboard. I told my HOD, sir, this faculty is not erasing the backboard. He said, okay, should I have to deal with him or you talk with him? So every day I used to go and erase. It's normal, I think, right? Like when we finish up our classes, we need to erase the backboard. So I do not know whether he was having any other problem, like he didn't erase the board at all. Then I was erasing the board to continue my class. So one student on the front bench, he said, sir, why can't we go for an automatic backboard eraser? Then I said, inspirations, yes, we are the first to invent the automatic backboard eraser. Then we immediately, I said, okay, you come to my cabin. So we were doing the automatic backboard eraser design. And yes, I thought actually I'm the first to do this. I just did a simple Google search, and oh my God, there were hundreds of inventions on automatic backboard eraser. But again, when you go for the 101th design on the backboard eraser, which is not existing anywhere in the world, definitely you can go for a patent. Okay, so Google search is a machine search. It is not a patent search. Google search will randomly will actually find the bits. Whatever you key in on the Google search bar, it will just find the space between the bits, and then it will randomly search and throw you out in 0.25 seconds. You will be getting some 10 million searches or 1 million searches. That is not the actual search. You need the simplest search engine is the Google patent search, and the advanced Google patent search, and the USPTO search, which we will see tomorrow. And you will also see the eSpaceNet search and the patent scope search by WIPO. You can search with classification codes, and the INPASS search, which is our Indian patent website search. First we will be seeing the INPASS search just after the Google patent search, and tomorrow I'll be giving some real examples, and then we'll be searching the same in all the websites so as to understand how a patent search actually goes. There are also two popular patent database. One is the Total Patents by LexisNexis and Orbit Search by Questel Orbit. Bigger institutions like the IITs and even the Anna University, they have the access towards this Orbit and Orbit Search and Total Patent Search. So these are paid websites, paid databases where you can have access towards the patent database. And at the same time, they are also giving discounts for academic institutions, and we can have limited subscription where we can find all the inventions together within a short span of time and then go for patent filing. So when you do a thorough search, yes, and after having the confirmation that yes, nobody has done in the world, definitely you can go for a patent filing. But without doing a proper patent search, we file a patent, we are definitely going to end up in trouble. And I just want to give this very simple example. You buy a land. To buy a land, what we go is we go to the RTO office, we go to the register office, and we say what we call easy. There is a form. You need to pay 350 rupees and do an easy check. And when you do the check, at the end of the day, they will be telling, yes, this he's a seller, and yes, you can go and buy. Or if there is any if there is anything contrary, what we call villangam or anything like that, yes, it will show you exactly. Oh no, you cannot buy this land. It is already having some issue. So similarly, you have to do a patent search before you can file a patent. All right, find a problem. Yes, there are lots and lots of problems the moment we are at our home, at the institutions, while going on the way, while traveling. While we go through different places, we find different problems. I always search for problems. Yes, while you have a problem, you can try to find a solution, and you can definitely look into a problem, and then you can just find what could be the solution for this problem. I had a problem in reading the Bible. I had a problem in finishing a book within a stipulated time, and those really gave me the spark to actually find the solution. At the end of this session, at the end of the slide, I'll be slightly glancing the diagrams of my patent, so as you can understand how I was able to spark out with some quick inventions. So I always do this to my students. I always tell my students, you think of a problem and try to find a solution. Think of a problem. Think what problem you had. So they'll be randomly throwing out a lot of problems. Okay, is there a solution for this problem? So then you can search. Okay, when you feel that yes, this could be the solution for a problem. Just for a problem, you cannot have a patent. Yes, you have a solution for the problem, and when you create an idea and you feel that yes, it is novel, you can definitely go for a protection. But after doing a thorough search. All right. What cannot be patented? What cannot be patented? An algorithm cannot be patented in India. You should understand a program or a software cannot be patented. But just in case, you should understand. I'll give a very simple example. Say for example, you have a program, you have a mere program, and a logic or a software coding which you cannot have a patent, but you can have a patent when, say for example, you have a microwave oven and for which you have an embedded system, for which you have a coding, then you can go for a patent because it comes as a product. When it comes as a product, you can go for a patent. Just in case if it is mere an algorithm or a mere program or mere a coding, for that coding alone, you cannot have a patent in India. Okay, a mere theory, a mere discovery, a mere scientific principle, you cannot have a patent, and you cannot have a patent for a human being as well. All right. So what are the things that is required for a patent? As I said, it should be new, it should be non-obvious, it should be useful, it should be able to be written and described, and it must be able to be, it must be in a situation that it can be described, and how it is used for the invention. The invention is used in what way, it has to be described, and the best mode, the preferred way of practicing the invention from the known to the inventors as of the date of filing. That has to be essential for a patent filing. Okay, so planning for a successful patent protection, identify the invention, evaluate and develop the product. So generally when you apply for funds, recently I spoke to the head of the department of top university, and who actually visited our college, and he said just in case, because he had applied for funds, and he told me this, generally when we do research, when we do some research and we submit the research, when we give a research proposal for and apply for funds, very importantly, when we more than the journal work what we do, when we could do a patent work, when we are able to crack on some inventions, and when we file a patent and when we give it in our research proposal, that always has an added advantage of getting the funds granted. So when you have the protection, which means that yes, there is novelty on the work, and the funding agents, the funding bodies, they will be very eager to help us in getting the funds granted to us. Okay, so well, I have 15 minutes to go. Let me see the time. Okay, it is 6:45. I have 15 minutes to go. I'll be going through the slides. I think I am right here in this. Okay, I have 20 more slides to go, and I'm very happy that you all are listening. Just in case you have any comments, you can leave the comments, and you can also clarify all your doubts on the comments. I'll be answering. I'll be looking through it, and then I'll be answering. I'll be very happy to assist all of you in getting a patent filed. As of now, what I can suggest to you is that you have to seek the help of a patent cell. You have to seek the help of a patent attorney or a patent expert or a patent agent or a law firm in order to perfectly get a patent grant, just in case if you're filing the first patent. So you should get that experience, and just in case if you have filed the patent, if you're already on the process, at least towards the end, if you're really getting fumbled in any other way in successfully finishing this journey, you have to seek the help of the patent office, the patent agents. So you should be able to understand who is a patent agent and who is a patent attorney. That I'll be telling it at the end of the session. All right. There are two basic parts of a patent specific. So these are the contents of the specification. In a patent document, what all the things you have, you need to have, of course, we are going to see this on the third day, but still I'll be telling the title of the invention. Yes, you have to give a catchy title, the field of the invention, the background of the invention, yes, you can actually tell why did you invent, and who are all the inventors, what are all the present inventions, the prior art. You can say all this in the background of the invention, and the objective of the invention. You have to be very clear in telling that why did you have this invention, what made you to have this invention. You need to be very clear in these things. And then the summary of the invention, yes, you need to be very, very clear in giving the summary of the invention. Most of the not most of them, but some of them, what mistake they do is that while giving the summary of the invention, they will hide certain information and not disclose certain things. Please understand, participants, whenever you disclose the invention, you have to be very, very clear and very, very in-depth in giving the explanation of what you have invented. Just in case you hide, just in case you are generic, you have to be generic. At the same time, you have to be very specific towards the invention. Say, for example, if you have an invention for a product which runs in a particular voltage, it is not necessarily like you have to say that it will run within the voltage range of this. No, but you have to tell the working mechanism of the invention very clearly. In case you hide or you are not specific on the invention, especially on the summary of invention, you have to be very, very clear in describing your invention. The more you are very clear, the safer you are. The more you are very clear, the safer you are. Okay. And then the drawings. Okay, I'll be so 12 of our mechanical students in our college have filed for patents. So because they are very good in the engineering drawing, I will be in my third day of my presentation, I'll be showing all the drawings of their patents. And I was really, really astonished to see all their drawings. And it was very nice because they were able to use the software, and they were able to precisely draw their products. And possibly in the third day I'll be showing all the diagrams, how clear the diagram should be, and how should you label the diagrams, and how should you describe all the diagrams. Those things we will be seeing in the third day. And you can also yes, very, very important is the claims. So what do you claim out of the invention? So what do you claim? The claims of a patent or the boundary walls or the boundary of a patent. So the most important thing in a patent document is a claim. What do you claim out of the patent? There are different types of claims. Yes, again on the third day we'll be seeing it. Okay, provisional specification, complete specification. So this is the table. I will quickly glance through this table. I think we have 10 more minutes. Okay, good to go. We have 10 more minutes. I'll be quickly going through the patent procedures in India. Well, this is a chart where you can see the patent procedure in India. I'll quickly go through this process. You can just in case you are in a, you can also find, for those who have already filed the patent, you can find in which stage you are. Okay, so the moment after doing a proper search, after getting the form 1 and form 2 and form 3, after filling up these things, when you go for a provisional specification, the Indian Patent Office gives a right of 12 months, gives a time of 12 months where you have a chance to amend the patent or redraft the patent within this 12 months. So you have an invention, you have a spark, yes, quickly you have to go and lock the idea, and you can still work on the idea for 12 months, and within the 12 months, yes, you have to file the complete specification. But my advice is that just you have a very good idea, you feel that yes, it is novel, you have done a thorough search, you can straightly go and file the complete specification, and also you can request for the examination. You need not wait for this time, you need not waste this 12 months. So you have a when you file a provisional application, you have 12 months of time to file the complete specification. The basic difference between a provisional and a complete specification is that yes, in a provisional application you need not give the claims. In complete specification you have to give the claims. So once it is done, in 18 months your patent will be published in the patent website. It will be getting published. But you have a special form in case you pay the fee and then you fill up this form. I will be telling the form in the third day. So if you could fill up the form for early publication, you can skip all this time. You can finish up. You can straightly come to this stage. So here 12 plus here 18 months. So instead of this 18 months of time, you can skip this 18 months in 3 days, just in case you fill up the early publication form. So I want the inventors, I always recommend this to the inventors, you need not file a provisional application, then spend some time and then modifying it to the complete specification and then wait for 18 months to be published. No, if you have the idea perfect, yes, you feel that you can go for a patent, you draft it completely, seek the patent agent, go to the patent cell and seek the help of the patent attorneys and get the patent drafted well and straightly go for patent filing. How to file a patent? In two ways. You can fill up the forms and you can give a register post to the patent office, or you can walk into the Indian Patent Office at the Chennai office and you can go to the counter and pay the fee and get the patent filed. Okay, so if you are able to fill the form 1, form 2, form 3, form 18 and form 9, if all these forms if you are able to fill, you can skip all these 18 months and straightly within a span of 3 months you can jump here. So just after your patent getting published, you have an early publication, you get the patent filed in 3 months maximum, then you have to wait for the FER. So recently the patent office is having more number of examiners, so the patent processing speed is now pretty faster. So the examiner will be the expert, the strongest expert in the particular field. So he'll be taking it and he'll be examining and he'll be throwing some objections, and once the FER has come to your mail, you have to download it and you have to again go through the objections and you have to perfectly answer the questions. You have to perfectly answer the objections. In case if the objections are 6 months, in 6 months time you have to reply the FER. So once the FER is done, then the ball is in their court. Okay, they'll be again viewing it and they will have, in case if there is a complaint, if there is a problem, and so again they'll be giving you another timeline to clarify our objections. Just in case if it is accepted, again we will be having the grant. So in case if it is not accepted, it will be rejected. Again, the only option what you have is you have to appeal in the High Court. So in case if it is accepted, again it will be given. So it was on August 1st because on July 31st I went to the patent office and then I filed a patent for the 12 students, and on August 1st suddenly I got a mail because the hearing went for over 3 months. I was waiting, there was a mail which popped in my inbox. It said this is click here to view the verdict of your patent. So I was really wondering what will happen. Okay, I was really hopeless, but yes, I was clicking, then automatically it came, your patent is granted. So the patent will be granted, the intimation will be on your mail. So once you get the mail, you click on, there will be 2 PDF files. Yes, that will be that will have the patent certificate issued. The grant certificate will be coming online. So that again will be published on the patent website. So this is a patent procedures. So I am going to give a very small assignment to all of you. I am going to randomly scroll some products, some little products where you have to think on your own and you have to leave a comment in my tomorrow's presentation. Yes, I had a thought like this. So this is a small storage. This is small storage option, a lid with the magnetic option to hook on our excess beverages on the refrigerator, and this is a motorized egg beater. So likewise, little inventions you can ask the elders, you can ask the patients, you can ask your mom at the home what is the difficulty you have, and then you can tell them, okay, if it is a difficulty, you can visit a farmer, and you can visit a vendor, you can ask what are all the problems he faces, and then you can give a solution for it. So these are some kind of mechanisms which are wonderful patents and which are really coming out as good inventions. So system maintenance, we have got different fields where we can work. In sports, yes, yesterday I was watching the Pro Kabaddi, so I was really wondering because both the players are national champions, but they are struggling because one person said I touched you, the other person said no, it was a final match, so he said he was not touched. So both were hitting the ground and giving the promise. Till now, with all these HD cameras, with all these options, with all the referees, the option of finding whether the player was touched or not touched was not able to be found. So there are plenty of areas in the area of sports. Now there are plenty of vast space where you can go for inventions. Okay, you can really try to look onto these areas and you can really come out with some inventions. Okay, so tomorrow this is your simple assignment. You can just mail me, or you can just tell me, okay, this is a problem I face, for which could that be a solution. And see, these are very simple innovative products. A person was, he might have felt very difficult for him to stand on the queue for a long time. So he invented this bag, it seems, so he can have a seat on this backpack. Okay, so these are very little inventions. Okay, and so this is a simple picture of my 5th patent. So this is a very simple picture of my 5th patent. Here, this is nothing but a sleeve. This is just a box or a leather cover where you have the zipper. What I have to do is I have to just put my book inside, and this will automatically program. So here I have to key in. This is my automatic book reading timer. Automatic book reading timer. This is my 5th patent. You can go in Google and you can search whether this product exists or not. This is my 5th patent. So what I have done is I have just put inside a book here, and this is solar powered. So by the daylight, what is available at our home, yes, this could get charged. So if I want to finish a book in 10 days, or if I want to finish a book in 50 days, I can program it. All that I have to key in is the number of pages and the time. If I have 50 pages and if I have to finish it in 5 days, this will tell me what is the index I have to cover. And the zipper, it will give me an alarm in the morning. So if I could open the zipper, the alarm stops. And if I could again close the zipper, it will be programmed for the next time. So by this, I can put any book inside and I can complete the book within a stipulated time. So this is my 5th patent, and for this I have made this very universal, just not for Bible. You can put any book inside. This will be very useful tool for the book reading lovers. For those who love to read books, you can finish the book within a stipulated time having this kind of a device. So this is my 5th patent. So I'll be talking more about the patents. So yes, I want to finish it with this. Career in IP industry. Yes, this is, as I said, it is very nascent in the country. You can have a law program, and then you can take a law program at the Gujarat National University or anywhere, any law university, and you can become a patent attorney. There are very few patent attorneys available in our country, and definitely you can become a patent attorney. Who is a patent agent? Please understand, agent is a person who stands as a bridge between the inventor and the patent office. So he will be the one who will be helping you to draft a patent, who will be helping you in preparing the FER, and who will be able to answer the objections, and he will be helping you. So a patent agent stands as a mediator between the inventor and the Indian Patent Office. Recently, by the month of June, we are having the patent agent examination. This examination comes once in 2 years. For those who have applied for the patent agent examination, I think the deadline is already over. Just in case, you can have a lot of books. It's available online. You have to be thorough with the Indian Patent Act 1970, and you have to get ready for the patent agent examination. And patent examiner, yes, you can always apply to the Indian Patent Office, and wherein you can become the deputy controller or the assistant controller in the Indian Patent Office. So there are lots of options available in the IP industry. So this is your assignment. Tomorrow you have to choose one of these areas and give me a suggestion. Yes, you have this problem identified. All right, so I think the time is over, so I'm just finishing this session. So just you have any queries, you can always drop in. You can always throw your queries in my mailbox, or on the chat you can leave a suggestion about my today's presentation. So in tomorrow's presentation, we will see in depth about patent searching methods, and also we'll be seeing about the patent drafting procedures in day 3. So see you all on tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye.